So we're here at the 21st running of the Rotax Max Challenge Grand Finals amongst the Persian Gulf here at Bahrain. Alongside me, the electric renegade, Ellis and Ferdinand Habsburg. Guys, really, you both champion sustainability within motorsport. We've got the E20 making its own class debut. Ellis, first of all, from a driver's perspective, how was it?
Well, yeah, I think that floodlight session was fun because we got to test out a little bit of a higher power mode. So, you know, really quick and kind of scary through the first section. It's really up and down and kind of flowy, but I think the track really suits it. You know, the weight I think actually makes us a bit quicker in the corners from what we've seen, and I like the dust.
Sustainability in motorsport's a key point now. Formula E, Formula One going hybrid, World Endurance Championship now bringing out the hypercars, and Rotax taking a big financial risk to push the boundaries of electric technology. And
yeah, man, I mean, what you said is correct, but I think it's not just motorsport, it's the whole world noticing the importance of it. It's, in some way, it feels safer to stay a dinosaur because it has worked so far, rather than going and you know, breaking down those barriers between petrol heads and the future of sustainability in motorsport. And that's a really, really hard bargain to try to pull. But so far, it's their second year now. It's been developing at an extreme pace, and when you ask around, a lot of people ask questions, but one thing that they all say is that they're impressed with the changing that is going.
Yeah, I think it's, for me, what I've seen, at least with Rotax, is they're the only one that has stayed truly spec, you know, same chassis, everyone's exactly the same, which, you know, we see once a year at the Grand Finals with the combustion, but to have it all year round, I think is really, you know, it brings up that level of driver development that I think you don't usually see. For me, since I'm so new to racing in, you know, that world, it's definitely helped me a lot, and I think I've probably fast-tracked a lot of the progress that I wouldn't have been able to do without e-karting.
you were like a fish out of water the first season. Now this season, you got a win on the E20 Tour at Mulsanne, and then you also won earlier on this year in, if I remember correctly, the first weekend of the DEKM season at the pre-final. Those karts are, despite the fact they're quite heavy, you've got nearly 200 Newton meters of torque going through the back axle. You've got a heavy kart, but it still is very, very capable in terms of the application and also the arrive and drive concept as well that Rotax brought in when they brought out E20.
Is everyone's concern with obviously is the weight, and that's something that, you know, they're obviously working on, and that's just going to come with technology, but it was really impressive to me how it handled this track with such a high load. And I think the combo with this kart and the Mojo tire is really something, you know, it's sort of is that perfect balance where it doesn't bounce, but it also has the grip to carry you around the corner.
The future's looking very exciting. The Euro Trophy is going to have 3 rounds with E20. They're going to up the classes to 2, so we're running juniors and seniors. That's really going to give people a lot of an opportunity to test out E20 and find out what it's all about and experience it from themselves, from the driver's perspective.
There is nobody to follow.
Yeah.
There is nobody that we can slipstream off when it comes to that, when you want to use it in racing terms. They are the pioneers when it comes to this. Nobody's pulled it to this extent as they have in this environment. I think fine-tuning those definition of goals that they need to set out to achieve for not only themselves but their customer, their drivers in the end, to see what works best for the whole product and the whole system that they're creating. And I think it'll take a lot of analyzing, but so far you can see that the decision has been very calculated and measured, and so far extremely positive. So we can all be hopeful that the guys back in Austria are making really good decisions and giving people like Ellis that are interested in this and want to be able to live sustainably in motorsport, not only in the world, but in motorsport, that this is something that they need to keep their eye out for. It's not just the racing, it's everything around it. Well, I think that in 10 years' time, the motorsport community, not only kart community, but the motorsport community will be very grateful for what Rotax is doing here today.
Brilliant. Guys, thank you very much for your time.